Hey guys, we have been given the center of a circle and a point on that circle, and we want to figure out what the equation for that circle is, okay? So what we need to know is the standard form of a circle. If we can fill in all these pieces of information, we have the equation of our circle. So we have the center, right? It's right there. So the only thing we need is the radius, but they haven't given us the radius, but they have given us a way to find the radius, okay, which is a point on the circle. So sometimes I'm a pretty visual person, so I like to kind of picture what it might look like just kind of roughly. This isn't going to be beautiful, okay? But the center of my circle is at 2, 3. So approximately there, right? And then there's a point on my circle at 4, -1. Okay. So there's a point and it goes around something like that, right? So the radius is from the center to that edge. So if I can figure out how long that is, that's my radius, right? So how can we figure out how long a point is, or sorry, not a point, how long a distance is when we have 2 points? Oh my gosh, we have the distance formula, right? Okay, I'm going to do this here, but if you need a review on the distance formula, I'll link a video in the corner for you, okay? So we are trying to find the distance between these 2 points, right? So the first thing I want to do is I like to label mine just to help me keep it straight, okay? So we know it's X and Y, right? And then we just decide which group is my 1s and which group is my 2s. So we're going to make these the 1s and these the 2s, okay? And then we're just going to plug them in here, okay? So D stands for distance in this case. The distance is the square root of, here we go, x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is 2, squared, plus y2, which is -1, minus y1, which is 3, squared. Okay, now we're just going to simplify this down, okay? So we are going to have the square root of 4 minus 2, which gives me 2. That's still going to be squared. Plus, I've got a -1 minus 3. This is like I owe you $1, and then I'm like, I'm so sorry. I got to borrow $3 more. And you're like, okay, but now you owe me $4, right? I have -$4. And that is squared, okay? So then we continue simplifying this down. 2 squared gives me 4, right? 2 times 2 is 4. Plus -4 squared is -4 times -4, which gives me a positive 16, right? Plus 16, okay? And then I add those and I end up with the square root of 20. This is my distance, and I'm going to write here my radius, right? So my radius is the square root of 20. Now, if you stick that in your calculator, it's going to be a not so pretty decimal. Also, a lot of times we like to see if we can simplify the square root down at all. But in this case, for this purpose, since we are actually trying to find the standard form of a circle, and we're actually going to be squaring our radius, I'm not going to worry about getting it super simplified. Okay, so let's see what happens now when we plug this in, because now we have our center and our radius. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug it in. So remember, when we fill this in, the X and Y are going to stay X and Y, and we are filling in the numbers for H, K, and R. Okay, so we are going to have X minus H. H is the first number in the ordered pair of my center, right? So 2 squared plus Y minus K, which is the second number in my centered ordered pair. So it is 3 squared equals my radius which is the square root of 20 squared. Okay, now that can look a little scary, a square root squared, but guess what? A square root and a squared cancel each other out. So I end up with just 20. Okay, so I'm going to quickly rewrite that. So I have x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 20. Okay, so that is the equation of a circle that center is at 2, 3 and goes through the point 4, -1. Okay, all right, hope this made sense. If you need some more circle videos, I will link a whole playlist for you. Thanks, bye.